Good morning. Here's your U.S. news briefing for Sunday, August 2nd. Trump cancels Iran strike subject to deal being made rapidly. The U.S. president claims Iran and other Middle Eastern countries asked Washington to hold off on any attack as the perimeters of a deal had been agreed. $200,000 worth of supplies donated to PB schools. Faisal Islam, for reasons why FIFA's World Cup plan never stacked up. The actual presentation of FIFA's plan to part privatize the World Cup raises many more questions than it answers. Pixel 11 specs and price leak with no surprises. Android headlines claims to have the specs and price for the entire Pixel 11 lineup. What the site shared basically lines up with everything else that we've heard in the lead-up to the August 12th event. Skubal fights tears and emotional farewell to Tigers. An emotional Tarek Skubal recounted his 9 seasons with the Tigers on Saturday night and said it was something he'd never take for granted after it was reported that he was being traded to the Dodgers. Hacks stars Hannah Einbinder and Paul W. Downs on the legacy of Hacks and which character needs a spin-off first. Hannah Einbinder says working with Gillian Anderson on the new film Teenage Sex and Death at Camp Miasma has actually given her a new perspective on the end of Hacks and its legacy. Doing all this press with Gillian for the movie, she talks about in #8216, X-Files and #8217. Constantly, Einbinder tells Variety in #8216, S Awards Circuit podcast. Kristen Stewart's perfect red carpet combo? A suit jacket and short shorts. Hitting the red carpet for Teenage Sex and Death at Camp Miasma with Gillian Anderson and Hannah Einbinder, Kristen Stewart kept to her own rebel rules. Trump says he's canceling Iran strikes, deal pending. Trump said that Iran and other Middle Eastern countries had asked the U.S. Family throws surprise birthday party at Eagles tailgate for Vietnam vet. To keep growing, incoming Best Buy CEO says he first wants to go smaller. As incoming CEO Jason Bonfig prepares to take the reins, he told CNBC he's focused on expanding the company's reach and enhancing the customer experience. Inside the London hacker house taking a stand against founder burnout. How one founder house is betting work-life balance can beat burnout. Sources, Sparks deal All-Star G Plum to Mercury. The Sparks are trading 5-time All-Star Kelsey Plum to the Mercury for Monica Koamakani, a 2027 first-round pick and a 2028 second-rounder, sources told ESPN. Nicole Kidman and Sandra Bullock surprise fans at Practical Magic screening in Hollywood Forever Cemetery for LA's Cinespia. Sandra Bullock and Nicole Kidman made a surprise appearance at a screening of #8220, Practical Magic and #8221. On Saturday night and LA attendees came to the place, the Hollywood Forever Cemetery, for magic and many midnight margaritas, but few expected an appearance by the Owen sisters themselves to introduce the 1998 cult classic. Pisces Daily Horoscope. February 19th to March 20th. 3 killed after bomb detonated at Moscow restaurant, state media say. Security officials said a woman tried to enter the restaurant with explosives but was stopped by a security guard. We asked a first grader to interview his hero, a bird scientist. NPR asked an aspiring scientist in Philadelphia to interview an adult who was living his dream about his career in conservation science. Stick to spending limits, PM and Chancellor tell ministers in joint memo. The Chancellor said the budget on October 28 would meet our fiscal rules and give families stability to plan for the future. Judge denies XAI's request to block Minnesota ban on Notify apps. Despite a lawsuit from XAI, a Minnesota ban on apps that allow users to notify images can move forward. Sources, Dodgers win Skubal race, add Tigers ace. The first-place Los Angeles Dodgers finalized a trade to acquire 2-time American League Cy Young Award winner Tarek Skubal, 29, from the Tigers, sources told ESPN's Jeff Passan on Saturday, sending Zaire Hope, River Ryan, and Brady Smith to Detroit. Sandra Bullock and Nicole Kidman make surprise appearance at Practical Magic screening. Ahead of Practical Magic 2 hitting theaters in September, the two stars brought some witchcraft to a Cinespia screening of the 1998 original on Saturday. Beauty marks, the best beauty looks of the week. From Zara Larson's leopard lids to Dua Lipa's dotty silver nails this week, the best beauty looks popped with bold patterns and colors. Mountaineer near Mal Purja killed in Pakistan avalanche, his company says. The renowned mountaineer was known for scaling the world's 14 highest peaks in just over 6 months in 2019. Idaho fast food restaurant shooting leaves 3 dead, city spokesman says. Police who responded to the shooting found the body of the suspected gunman in an area near the restaurant. Snapchat joins other popular platforms in fight against AI slop. Snapchat, YouTube, LinkedIn, and Substack are trying to combat the proliferation of fake AI content. Angela Nissel faces down grief with a laugh. Angela Nissel's latest book, Good Grief, Pass the Bread, Mom is Dead, is my kind of memoir. Sure, it's a deeply emotional tale about caring for a terminally ill parent. But it's delivered with the sort of gallows humor that I often turn to get me through tough times. White Sox land Castillo in trade with Mariners. The White Sox are acquiring right-handed pitcher Luis Castillo from the Mariners for Sir Anthony Dominguez, Nolan Jones, and prospect Boston Smith. Toymaker Hasbro reimagines most iconic board games with Spider-Man-themed graphics and gameplay. And #8220, Spider-Man, Brand New Day and #8221, is shaping up to be a big hit at the box office, challenging 2019 and #8217, SN #8220, Avengers, Endgame and #8221, for the biggest North American movie opening of all time. All about Princess Charlotte, Prince William, and Kate Middleton's only daughter. How Spain's migrant crisis created a political storm whipped up by social media. The Ceuta crossings have shaken Europe politically, exposing divisions over the sensitive issue of migration, the BBC's Sarah Rainsford writes. Houthis push back on report of planned Red Sea shipping fees. Yemen's Houthi-run Maritime Authority pushed back on Saturday against reports that the group is considering charging toll fees to commercial vessels passing through the Bab el-Mandeb Strait, saying ships can continue to pass through the waterway without paying. The Humanitarian Operations Coordination Center said in a statement that its safe passage service is voluntary and does. Fintech broker ClearStreet offers investors pre-IPO access to $188 billion AI giant Databricks. Fintech brokerage ClearStreet is launching a private markets platform, beginning with Databricks stakes, to give investors more access to late-stage startups. YouTuber Hank Green says his AI usage is not healthy. Green offered a remarkable apology, saying that the level of dopamine that I've been getting from interacting with LLMs. 49ers Pearsall to have season-ending surgery. San Francisco 49ers wide receiver Ricky Pearsall is expected to have surgery on the nagging PCL injury that dates back to last season and will be out for the year, general manager John Lynch told reporters. Wonder Man star Yahya Abdul-Mateen 2 reacts to Marvel series cancellation. See you at the Emmys. The Disney Plus show was renewed for a second season in March before the streamer reversed course and cancelled the renewal in July. What we know about the Practical Magic sequel. Tourist plane crashes in Peru, killing 13. The small plane was flying over the Nazca Line's archaeological site when it crashed, according to local reports. Democrats slam Trump admin after DOJ drops reflecting pool vandalism case. Democrats are reacting to the Justice Department's move to drop its reflecting pool vandalism case against a former Olympian David Hearn, saying the move validated their long-standing criticism that the administration is weaponizing the Justice Department. The Justice Department on Friday moved to dismiss its felony destruction of property charge against Hearn after finding that Spider-Man, Brand New Day sets domestic box office preview record with $72 million. Sony and Marvel's Spider-Man, Brave New Day is expected to haul in around $270 million domestically over its debut weekend. Should you still buy your next smartphone or subscribe to it instead? Apple's new upgrade program is the latest sign that smartphone ownership is changing. Lynx coach advocates for trans rights before rally. Lynx coach Cheryl Reeve reiterated her support for trans athletes ahead of her team's game against the Fever, saying every kid has a right to sports. Gavin Newsom reportedly concerned about state antitrust suit against Paramount Warner Brothers merger. In a Friday report, sources told the Wall Street Journal that California's governor has said if the merger is blocked due to the lawsuit, state employment will suffer, and that Newsom's office has encouraged Attorney General Rob Bonta's office, which has independent authority to file such suits, to find a resolution out of court. Dakota Johnson and role models complete relationship timeline. Young Guns for Hire, the teenage hitmen recruited to kill across Europe. The Foxtrot network is thought to be responsible for about 35 murders in Europe, and uses violence as a service tactics. Burgum weighs in on alleged reflecting pool vandalism case after DOJ dismissal. Interior Secretary Doug Burgum doubled down on claims that vandals were responsible for damage to Lincoln Memorial reflecting pool, rejecting the Justice Department's assessment that faulty construction was to blame. The DOJ moved to dismiss its felony destruction of property charge against former Olympian David Hearn on Friday, after finding new evidence that the damage to the... That's your briefing for today. Have a great day.